Have you ever toggled between faith and fear, fear and faith? Have you ever had that internal struggle? But here today on this video with A Hero's Journey with Dr. D, I'm going to try to explain and untangle those two so you have a better clarity and better understanding of what do they mean in your life. So my goal is to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, and to educate. However, on this video, I'll motivate you and hopefully you'll change. So let's get it. Hello family, journeymen and journeywomen. Let's hit it. Faith often says it to be the thing that we live by, that guides our beliefs, our paths. The good book says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. However, fear is often unseen, but very rarely ever challenged. Which one do you abide by? Which rule do you live by? Do you live by fear or do you live by faith? Are you guided by what you only see and what's only tangible? Or are you guided by the things that's intrinsically compelling and propels you to go forward? Or are you not propelled? Do you have something deep down inside of you that makes you want to go, but yet you're concerned about if I do, how much, maybe it won't work, maybe it will, but you spend all your time in that state of stagnation. How many people know that when you're stagnated, you don't go anywhere? Have you ever walked around a pond, a pool that's with stagnant water? Stagnant water water's not good. If water is good, it has to move. It moves. It cleans, it moves. But if it stays still, it becomes stagnant. And becomes stagnant, it becomes no good. Do you want to be the person that's no good? Do you want to live your life that's not worth living? Do you want... Wait a minute, your life is worth living. But do you know it? I know I misspoke. That your life is worth living. Life is not worth living, but it is worth living. But often you wake up in the morning time and you don't live like it is. Which one will it be? Would you walk in fear or will you walk in faith? Often takes me back to a movie. This is my best movie of all time, The Matrix. Remember, Morpheus came to Neo and said, Neo, which one would you have? The blue or the red pill? The blue of the red pill. Now Neo took a jump of faith and he went to red pill. Went with the red pill. But how often do we take the safe pill, which is the blue pill, and live life in a mask, in a disguise, and do not know the ins and the outs of what true living is about? True living, you will experience pain. True living, you will experience failure. However, in order to succeed, you have to be willing to fall. Because I'd rather fall forward than fall back any day. Because if I fall forward, I'm making progress in my life. Are you making progress in your life, or are you still standing still? You know, average is the same thing. Average is just as close to the bottom as it is to the top. You stay in between. But if you don't shoot, if you can shoot for the moon, you'll at least hit the stars. But if you don't shoot for anything, you'll stay grounded. And if you stay grounded, what legacy would you leave your children? Will you want to live to the end of your days with the regrets and say, I woulda, shoulda, coulda? But the thing is, you never tried. How is life worth living if you don't live by faith? We are compelled by living our lives just in fear. And the people who live by faith are the people that succeed. That success is necessarily having $1 million, $2 million. This is how you look at it. It make it make living a lot easier. But not if you're internally rotten. Not if your core is jacked up. You can have all the money in the world, but if you have no peace, if you have no drive, what will it all be for? What are your goals? What are you willing to put your energy behind? What is your life worth? What is it worth? Is it worth moving or standing? Is it worth the risk of being knocked down to get back up? Or is it worth just staying down? You don't risk anything, but you think you don't lose anything. But the biggest thing you lose is living. Is it worth to live in fear versus live in faith? Well, the good book says, the just shall live by faith. Are you just enough to live by faith? Or are you safe enough to live in fear? Fear, I heard someone say, fear is a false evidence appearing real. While faith is a substance of things hoped for, fear is false evidence appearing real. You think it's real, but it's just the image to keep you down, to keep you stuck, to keep you stagnant. It makes your potential energy always take potential and never get up enough speed to become kinetic, because it doesn't move. It doesn't give any speed. Which one will you choose? You can't live in both worlds. You can't live in fear and live in faith. You can't fake the funk and live the race. Or can you? And that's the reason why people are stuck where they are. Because they're unwilling to believe in what they have inside. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has a purpose. And everybody has a hero. Like I stated in previous videos, find your purpose, you find your hero. And in order to find your hero and your purpose, you have to believe, faith in yourself, that you can do what you are called to do. Not what other people say you cannot. Which will you believe? Whose report will you believe? The naysayers? What he says? I thought in the book he said, you're the first and not the last, above only and not beneath. But who will you believe? Them or him? Think about it. This is A Hero's Journey with Dr. D, out.